Okay, are you ready, Adrian? That's the question.
Are you giving me an option to not be?
Well, we are live and I'm about to show our faces. So I'm just checking. You ready?
Sure, let's do it.
Here we go. GM Farcaster. It is Wednesday, March 27th, and you are here with Adrian and Anish Prof for 21 minutes of Farcaster News to start your day. Good morning, Adrian. How are you doing today?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wednesday?
Happy hump day. Yeah, I'm feeling very so many things going on right now that my brain is all over the place, but I'm really happy to see you this morning so I can have this little moment and enjoy my tea and just start the day.
Happy to see you too. Happy to see everyone in the chat. GM everyone.
GM, and let's talk about our backgrounds real quick. I am sporting the new one. It's the new from Rob Sanchez. The Farcaster aristocracy has fallen, giving rise to the Farcaster degeneracy. Mintable is a free commemorative NFT for 1 week. And I noticed there are two people in both the Farcaster aristocracy and the degeneracy. Did you notice?
No. Who are the overlaps?
Who do you think? Any ideas? Any guesses? Any guesses?
Let's see. Who would be it?
One is one of our favorite artists. A little bit of Oxen.
That would be Oxen.
Yeah, Oxen made it in there. And thinking about the OGs, who's got a little bit of degeneracy in them? Who likes to do a little, I don't know, betting, shall we say?
Cassie?
No, Ace. From Pearl. So Ace made it in both and Oxen made it in both. And those are the only two, I believe. And if I'm wrong, please correct me in the chat. But I did see both of them in both. And I thought that was fun. And
do you know who didn't make it in?
I do. I do know. Who's not in either? I mean you.
We're going to have to make our own.
Ooh, that's a really good idea. I think we should. That's interesting. Yeah, a little GM Farcaster aristocracy. Faristocracy. Yeah. There we go. We may have to do that. I'm not sure my editing skills are onto it, but maybe.
I've got good editing skills, as we saw on the feed yesterday.
She does. It's true. She's killing it with the editing. Moving on, let's talk about your background. We've got this from Samuel Huber, which is if Farcaster is confusing for you as a dev. I drew an architecture diagram, mapped out the whole infra in Farcaster, including transaction frames, image attached, plus link to webpage for you to look at it in big. So this is really cool. And this is your background today. Why'd you choose that? What was that? What was the inspiration there?
Architecture diagrams are my love language. If I would print this and put my entire house would be decorated in architecture software architecture diagrams. I
learn something there every day about you. That was not the answer I was expecting. That's amazing.
And thank you, Samuel. Thank you for putting this together. I loved it. Especially as Farcaster grows so fast, and I'm not developing on Farcaster, so I don't really need to know it, but to be able to visualize the different components is, it's really helpful for me. So loved being able to kind of visualize.
Lynx wants to know about blueprints. Do you feel the same about blueprints of that kind of architecture, or is it strictly?
I like UMLs and UMLs that throw back to the 90s of architecture.
Okay. This is hilarious.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Love it. I love it.
It's just cool looking.
It is. It is very cool looking. It's super helpful. I think that's super helpful especially for new devs who are trying to figure out. Just like we should probably do something similar for the culture.
So we need culture
diagram.
And obviously, where would GM Farcaster be on this diagram? We should put it on somewhere. Maybe just an overlay of purple, a purple overlay.
I don't know. Little coffee cup just in the corner, hanging out.
But I just I visualize data flows. So when I cast, and I just like to think about where data lives. Yeah, I don't know. Learn something new about me.
There you go. I was not expecting that, but I was really surprised when that was your background. I'm like, okay, that was not my expectation today. But amazing. Love it. And it's fantastic. We also had,
by the way, just 2 links. And I know this is not UML. I know. I just said that's where my origin of my love of diagramming came from.
Love it. And I loved this from Kagusha, actual footage from the Musee d'Orsay, the Farcaster degeneracy on display. Lovely. Maybe someday, for real. That would be hilarious. Moving on, I have to show this, but you won't hear it because I don't think we got it figured out. But go back and look at Cassie's. Going back to why did he leave? Hear it, but you're probably not going to hear it because I haven't figured out. I forgot that I didn't figure that out. But she did this video of the tweet the other day, and then read this whole thing where it ends like this, and it was brilliant. So Cassie got all the rest of my degen that day. My degen tip. I was just like,
bravo.
Fantastic. Bravo. Fantastic. Go take a look at it. It'll be in our show notes. It was just perfect. It was
why did he leave just 2 days ago?
It was 2 days ago. I know. Was it 700 years ago? Yes. Yeah. In Farcaster time. Yes,
who was that about? I don't even remember.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just going to do a quick little recap in case you forgot. So Autism Capital over on Twitter complained about Vitalik leaving Twitter. He didn't leave. We ended up actually doing a whole bonus episode. So if you missed that, go watch that because we talked all about this. And then Elon had responded, why did he leave? And then, the memes began. But I did like this from some. I can tell you why I left. Farcaster equals positive vibes, startup energy, on-chain, future of social media, endless rewards, and why not? And that pretty much sums it up for me right there. Like, yes. And then also bottom line, the people, right? The people. Once you get here and you start to really connect, this is a social network. We've told you this before. It is not social media. Twitter is social media. Farcaster is a social network. Treat it as such. And then you'll have a fabulous experience. And we're happy you're here. And then we had a couple other notes on this fun. We have we're going to do this again today. Okay. Some more memes that happened. I loved this one. Why did he leave? I feel bad for you. I don't think about you at all because I don't think Vitalik has responded to any of that yet at all, which good for you. And then this, which was also really funny. Why did you leave? Politics, propaganda. Everyone is angry. Be honest. I am being honest. What did you get for casting? Degen. Thank you.
Ouch.
I love that. But it was accurate. Also accurate sometimes for some folks. And then Robin, this was lovely. GM to our new friends from X. For the uninitiated, here's the Farcaster OG chart. I'm also shamefully plugging my new channel. Follow Robin for further unserious content. And here was my comment to this. This is the lawful good, chaotic evil chart kind of thing for those who are not looking at it. And in the middle with neutral evil is nonlinear. And I'm like, how is nonlinear neutral anything? Like, I don't think so. But
who do you want to put there?
I don't know, but I'm just like neutral. And
obviously get Cassie out of the evil axis.
Well,
okay.
I don't know. I mean, based on the video we just showed, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. I wouldn't call her evil, but I have a whole issue with this whole entire kind of chart thing, like the good and evil. I know it means other things, but I did think it was pretty funny. And it just was like nonlinear, neutral. No, never neutral.
I love V. By the way, I love V in the center.
Oh, I know. V in the center was perfect. Dan was perfect. There were certain people who were in a perfect spot. Jesse was in a great spot. Like some of them were absolute perfection.
Shout out to Robin, by the way. I just connected with him on a Zoom a few weeks ago just to chat because and he's awesome. So
love Robin, and I love what he's been
awesome.
doing. And I got to jump in. I think I'm in his channel. I think I'm in his channel. I'll have to make sure so I don't miss anything. A couple notes here. PSA from FarCon. If you received an email regarding your FarCon pass approval, you must claim your pass by the end of this week, March 29th. Otherwise, we will reclaim your pass and release it to the long wait list. If you have any questions about passes, please drop them below. So if you have not claimed your pass yet, please go make sure you do that. You would have gotten an email from FarCon, and make sure that you jump on there. All right, moving on. We've got a few other little notes. By the way, have you noticed that Dan hasn't casted in 24 hours?
He's back.
Yeah, is he back this morning? Okay, good. I was getting nervous. He has been replying, but he hadn't casted. And I was like, I don't think that's the longest he's ever gone without casting.
And I have notifications on for Dan. Lest you think I just...
I was like, I did go and check. I do as well, but I did go and check because I'm like, where's Dan? I haven't seen, because I was prepping for the show. So I always have a lot of stuff from Dan, and I had.
In case you think I just hold my phone and scroll nonstop, which I do, I also have notifications on.
Which I may or may not do that as well. Okay, from Jason Rosenthal, Jason R. Today, we're announcing the 25 promising startups in our Crypto Startup Accelerator Spring 2024 cohort, which kicks off this week in London. More info on each company in my blog post. You can read about it there. But the big thing was we did see Naynar, so Rish, and is it Manam? I'm trying to make sure I'm saying that right. And we also saw Launchcaster, or Launch, from Jamie. So that was exciting to see some Farcaster friends in the mix. Yay.
Congrats. Bon voyage to London. And guys, please cast a lot from CSX.
Please do. Yeah, let us know what you're doing. Keep us updated. We need to know. We need to know the tea. We need to know what's happening. This one more note from Eth Global from the Frameworks Hackathon, which was last weekend. This is from Henry Stern of Privy. The Eth Global Frameworks Hackathon was incredible. The unparalleled builder energy across Farcaster was in full display with hundreds of teams hacking on frames throughout the weekend. Big congrats to the 16 award winners built on Privy and the hundreds of builders who shipped. And some of the favorites are below. So go through and take a look at that cast. There was a whole bunch of really cool things that are now incorporating Privy and frames. So very cool to see. And love seeing all that builder energy from this hackathon this past weekend. Can't wait for the Far Hack too. I think that's going to be fun, and we're going to be there reporting live. Meanwhile, in degen tipping news, the degen tipping button is live on SuperCast. Simply start replying to someone and decide what portion of your daily allowance you want to tip. Extremely useful if you want to remember to donate 100% of your allowance to an important cause. CC Ted. Thanks, Jacek, for creating a wonderful community. That was from Woj. And then he also said, for what it's worth, SuperCast did not receive a degen grant and is not asking for any. This is a pure permissionless, unincentivized integration. Degen community is awesome, and in my opinion, grew Farcaster more than anything else. Maybe frames too. I'm excited for the ride together and waiting for feedback on how SuperCast can support degen more. So I thought that was really cool, and that sort of spoke to me with the whole permissionlessness. We love ourselves some permissionlessness, you know, since we as well permissionlessly decided to start this show. So we love the permissionlessness. And then also, I meant to mention this the other day from Wake. If you have no idea what degen is, you don't know how to tip, you have no idea what's going on, this is a great tipping guide. Go check it out. And it actually looks really good. This one, not all of them look good in a frame, in the inline. This one does. So you can take a look at it right in line in that frame.
Thank you, Wake.
Yeah.
I love people who write actually helpful, informative blogs.
Yeah.
Mine tend to be self-serving, all about me.
Mine as well.
And
Mine as well.
and not super helpful. So Wake, you're awesome. One thing I read on the blog, was after you tip, you get a notification from a bot confirming
there
your
is
tip.
A bot. Yes.
I've never gotten that.
If you use the bot, you will. Yes.
I think it's
do you
have to use the bot?
There's a couple different ways to do it, and one of them is the bot, but I think the bot might have been broken. Something was not working exactly accurately yesterday because I wasn't getting my tip allocation wasn't getting updated. So I was like, I don't know if I have any left, but if I do, here you go.
Are you checking on degen.tips? Like, are you checking on the degen website what your allocation
There's actually a little cool frame that I had bookmarked that tells you how much is left, and that had been working really well. And then it didn't seem like it was updating, so I went and checked on the website, and I don't think it was updating yesterday. So if you're having issues there might have been an issue. Not quite sure. And love this from Cyber Shakti. This meme was really funny. A little Barbie meme. Me when daily degen allocation starts. Me after tipping daily. We've got weird Barbie in there, which felt very accurate to me. And speaking of degen, I mentioned I was going to chat about this today because I got called out by Alex Amato. Life Comes at You Fast, featuring Nownish Prof. Should this have been posted in memes? You tell me. And essentially, it is I paid $90,000 in degen for 6 boxes of Girl Scout cookies, which was about at the time $40. And I bought that many purposefully because, if you recall, the Bitcoin Pizza Day is celebrated each year on May 22nd. And what that is a celebration of the fact that Laszlo had done the first transaction of Bitcoin commercially by buying 2 Papa John's pizzas with Bitcoin. And he spent 10,000 Bitcoin on 2 pizzas, which at that time was about $40. So at this moment, when I did this, I said, this is going to be the new Bitcoin Pizza Day. And here we are. Here we are. These are my $1,500 cookies. And I did post this, which got a lot of reactions. When one is eating 90,000 degen worth of Thin Mints, one simply must bring out the good china. Isn't it true, dear ladies and gentlemen? So I did put my Thin Mints on my fine china. And now I believe I have 1 box left. So yesterday I was Googling best way to freeze Thin Mints, and it was suggested I put them in the freezer similar to a wedding cake, and we'll break them out a year from now. And I did set a reminder for all of this as well. So there you go.
Amazing.
Very expensive cookies and worth every bite. Totally worth it. Worth it for the meme. Worth it. I knew it was happening. I knew this was going to happen. And here you are. Here we are 2 months later.
Excited to celebrate cookie day.
Degen cookie day.
Yeah, degen cookie day. And to be fair, this did not make you degen poor.
No, not at all. Not at all. I still have a whole bunch of degen locked in a safe that I can't get to yet. I may have a way to get it now, but working on that. All but if not, I've already chatted with Jacek about this. Speaking of Jacek, by the way, should we
talk about
little alpha?
Yeah.
We're going to have Jacek on April 9th, I believe it is, special episode to give us some updates on all degen. He was with us back in January, not long after degen launched, and we had a great interview with him. You can find that in the archives way back 2 months ago, something like that. And I think it's episode 52. I think it's 52. We'll post it later, and it's a great episode and a great chat, and we're looking forward to an update in a couple weeks. So this is exciting after you get back from your vacay. Moving on, this was a cool thing to see from Base video creators. We're calling on you to help bring the world on chain. Videos that showcase the potential of Base or your favorite apps on Base are eligible for a Base Builder grant of up to 0.1 ETH. Post them on X, Instagram, TikTok, or Drakula, and link them in the replies, subject to Base grant T&Cs, terms and conditions. And you had a great suggestion. GM Farcaster is built on Base. Video creators, if you want to apply for this grant and are looking for some inspiration, feel free to remix or use any of our videos with attribution, because GM Farcaster is CC BY, meaning you can use and remix it all you want. Just give us a little link back and have at it. We'd love to see that. Maybe
permissionless.
permissionless.
Go grab it. And
Go
this
grab
is, and what's the grant's 0.1 ETH, right? So
0.1 ETH.
by the way,
Yeah.
obviously if you're building on ETH, go make a video about what you're building. If you're not and you want to grab some of that ETH, go play with our videos. We'd love to.
We'd love it. We'd love to see it.
Also, because we suck at it.
I
would do it if I could.
It's true. I'm working on that, but we're basically like, yeah, I've already been chatting with a couple people about some junior editors, and I believe we may be hiring some interns. Is that
we may have some interns coming in a month or two.
Intern 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Intern 1 and 2. I keep thinking like thing 1 and thing 2. Intern 1 and 2.
My daughter, who's a high school senior, needs a 3-week internship, and she and her friends, I told her if they want to come and be GM Farcaster interns, maybe
I think this will be amazing. It'll be amazing. I think we'll get way better content in terms of like our Dracula content than we will if I keep doing it. Although I did get one posted today, so there you go. Also from Jesse on base, TLDR of higher fees on base. I did notice this when I airdropped the other day. On Monday, I was like, this seems higher than usual. And it turns out it wasn't just me. We shipped 4844, which is the new EIP that went with the latest Ethereum upgrade and reduced L1 DA cost to 0. Lower fees induced greater than 5x more demand. Our gas target is relatively low, so blocks are above target. Fees are rising. So they're working on it. They're doing a whole bunch of stuff here to address that. So hopefully we'll see very soon a reduction in the fees needed to do stuff on base. So, but I did notice that the other day and I was like, what's going on here? And then Jesse answered the question. So appreciate that. A few more things before we wrap. This was GM Farcaster, a 5-pound brisket here. And hopefully this will play. And Jason is trying to so we'll bring him on. And my thought was, I think we might need like a Top Chef style cooking show. This is what I'm thinking. Like I would watch Top Chef all the time. And it seems weird because like, we're not going to taste it. How are you going to know? But you can usually tell. Maybe we have, I don't know.
We can have a brisket. Yeah, we can have a faux versus mole competition.
That's brilliant. So, and we got to think this through. So maybe after FarCon with cookies, with some $1,500 cookies for dessert. Perfect. So maybe after FarCon, we'll when we're expanding, we'll get there. I love this.
We have an infinite number of ideas for our media empire, is what you're saying.
It's not even fun. Like I have said this a million times for a couple of years now. I have more ideas than time or money can put them into place. So, however, I'm going to have a little more time after FarCon. So you're going to see a little bit more of these ideas coming into play, but we're getting there. A few more quick things. This is a great question from Netra. Can you explain any benefits we might get from minting episodes? Of course, if it is our absolute favorite and a key moment in the timeline, I understand why we would collect it. Apologies if I missed this somewhere. I thought this was a great question. And you went into like, why does anyone mint anything? And it's a great question. For me, like I like to collect things. Not everybody does. Like not everybody's a collector, and that's totally normal.
Wait, I love Netra's question because that's a question I would ask. I mean, look, I'm here building an on-chain show. I'm all in on on-chain, and I'm like, but why do people? But why? Mint? So, but
why?
But why?
So we are building in some utility for the mints. And for example, when we had our event at Eth Denver, that's how we token gated it. Was anyone who's minted the episode. Moving forward, we also have our hyper sub. So there will still be some benefits to having our episodes down the line, but also mint it if you like it. Like that's the only thing I can say. Mint it if you like it. Mint it if you like to collect things. We might be, we may not. Right now, everything's open to mint. That may not be the case forever. Is all I'll say. Essentially, there may be some that become a little more rare. Who knows? There's really no way to tell what's going to happen in the future. Don't speculate. But right now, it's a free mint. It's open if you like it.
And the LQs made it so much easier. So made it easy to mint.
Because it's cheap.
We call them free. They're still a little, little fee. Transaction-y. Biology has called it out, kind of like mints being the new likes.
Yeah. It's really like this. I really like this so much. I want to make sure I own it forever. That's the bottom line. Yeah, exactly. It's the new likes.
Yeah. And everyone who mints, we love you.
And we love you very much.
And by the way, if you don't mint and you watch, we still love you too.
Yeah, absolutely. Just
love you all.
Watch. We just love you if you watch. We love you if you mint. We love you all the time. One more thing from Kristen. Can you explain why you and Nounish profit for a base to Zora?
Before we move on, she's asking kind of about individual episodes, like why mint?
Yes.
There's obviously our hyper sub, which you can mint,
whole other thing.
There are 100% like actual benefits and value and all the other. That's a separate reason. So I think just to make sure people know that that's available as well.
Great point. That has a whole bunch of other benefits that is unrelated to just minting an individual episode. Can you please explain why you and Nounish Prop prefer base over Zora network? To me, again, I'm still confused about pros and cons. And for me, we used Zora as our platform. We chose base chain due to the amazing team, to be honest, super supportive of creator builders. Jesse Pollock, I mean, that's really what it comes down to, is just the best cheerleader. It's also part of the super chain, as is Zora. So either one is great. And there's a lot of base ETH in circulation too. So it may be more likely to be minted when people just have it already in their wallet. But Zora is also a great option. We don't want to take away from that. But I liked your answer better, which was?
Because based. Because based? Because based? Based?
Because based. Because based. What's your answer? Because base. Because base.
The network effects is interesting to your point of the more people are on a chain as people go, there's more base ETH in circulation.
Yeah. And we can see that they're getting the most traction right now on the super chain. One last thing, and then there was one last announcement, but this was from you. Where do you get your GM Farcaster? We want to know. So comment below. We didn't get a poll up, but I loved your I thought this was going to be your background today, by the way. I was but no, architecture one. But I loved this. Where do you get your tea? Where do you get your GM Farcaster tea? Go tell us. And also in there, if you only listen on audio, I'd love to know. And just because I'm always curious about that. And I'm trying to make sure that we're conscious of our audio only listeners. We are running a little over, but I do have to say tomorrow, we're having our first virtual meetup for our Wow and Mole subscribers on our hyper sub. So you can RSVP to that. The link to RSVP is one of the drops that went out yesterday. So if you go to your hyper sub page, you will see it under the drops. Or we posted it yesterday as well. I believe I posted it in the Wow chat and some of the other places. So you can RSVP to that, or we'll also drop the link in the Wow chat tomorrow. If you are one of our regular chatters, you are also invited. And we have dropped that link in our little group chat for you all because we want you there as well. So special guests, you're the special guests that you attend as well. And it's going to be just a little fun chat with us. And we're going to reveal you're going to get a sneak peek, the first reveal of our very first drop here for the art drop from Max Jackson. It is really fun. You're going to love it. And then it's going to be airdropped to all our Wow subscribers. And then our Mole subscribers will be on the allow list to mint, along with a couple other folks like our premier partners. Anyone that they designated will be allow listed as well to mint. So that's it for me. I think I hit everything. I don't know. That was a lot. It's only been 2 days, and I feel like there's a ton of links I didn't get to, by the way, that will be in our show notes. So there always is. So if you are watching this and you want to see what else we didn't get to, just check out the show notes. Which, if you mint it, they'll be with you forever. But also they're on all our socials as well. So anything else, Adrian? I kind of blew through all of that because it was a lot.
No, and I'm excited to be back tomorrow because all the things we didn't get to today.
Yeah, we'll pull some of those in, and that's what I did the other day too. Thanks to the chat. We love you. We love you. And that is it for us. We will see you tomorrow, and bye-bye.